It's very natural and instinctive and habitual for us to care about ourselves first and foremost. And even those of you who've been around here since, before there was a temple or, walking around upright, we have this habit. We always consider ourselves most important, first foremost. It's like a given. Because we are, so we're first. And then others, of course, are significant. We have lovers and friends and family. We have a lot of people that we care about on a good day. Even the parking lot attendant, the taxi driver, we can care about them as long as they don't bother us. But what I want to talk about today has to do with those who bother us. And it doesn't take much to become a person that bothers us. I know myself, I'm not a patient person. I really have a sort of demanding personality that I think people should be well behaved. And if you're not well behaved, I'll probably blame your mother first. Like, why she didn't raise you right, that you should behave like that. But maybe it's not really your mother's fault. Now, in our world, we have a lot of very extreme emotional reactions to extreme conditions. We're in time periods where there's a lot of tough stuff going around. It's not new. Not new at all. Tough stuff going around is very common in our planet. And generation by generation, we're not facing anything worse than anybody else has faced before us. The difference is, what have we learned so far? How are we able to respond well in a difficult situation? Most of the time we're not. Sometimes we're not even able to respond well in a good situation. But in a bad situation? So, as Buddhists, it all comes down to suffering or not suffering. What Lord Buddha would have for us is a cessation of suffering. But in order for suffering to cease, we have to follow some certain criteria. We have to understand what causes suffering. If you're going to eliminate suffering, you have to know what is making this happen. And we think, yes, I'm suffering because somebody called too early, or I'm suffering because someone insisted on putting onions in my food when I don't like onions, or I'm suffering because of my mother-in-law or my brother-in-law, or I'm suffering because of corruption in politics. I'm suffering because of Donald Trump. I get to talk about him. But actually, those conditions of external sources of suffering and disappointment, victimization, violence, betrayal, illness, death itself, is due to the way that our mind is working. You have to be there. It's your world. You are a part of it. I'm a part of it. And so the Buddha said we have to understand what's the real cause. Once we understand what the cause is, we can begin to make a change. We can begin to create an adjustment. And that is the spiritual path. The spiritual path is an adjustment that we make personally. It's not an adjustment that you expect someone else to make. Okay, I'd like to repeat that. Because I think that's where we really have a problem. We expect other people to change. But that's not what we're doing here. That's not what Buddhism is doing. Buddhism is meant to change you. Changing you changes the ratio. And therefore the world changes.